Morning Patreon guys, we've got the stop loss cluster above for gold, which is at 1760, well 1759, so it's brought down ever so slightly lower by a dollar, and the one below is at 1720. We are a sell at the big picture, but the buyers are in control, and they did enter, well they went long here, so they've done quite well, and they went long here. So it's a decent profit for those guys, nice profits, and yeah, it's difficult to say what's going to happen here because the yields are going to bounce around and the dollar's going to chop, and because of that it's going to cause a lot of nonsense and nuisance, really, to be honest with you. And I'm looking at some crosses and I can find myself getting quite frustrated by the price action because things aren't really going as planned if you look at the sentiment. So one above on dollar Swiss. Remember, we got S3, so we had oversold. Remember that, okay? We'd oversold here. Monthly support 3. Look at monthly pivot. It's all the way up here, so you could probably argue we'd oversold a bit. One above is at 96, so it's easy to remember. One below, potentially safe at 93.40. It's a long way away. We are a sell at the big picture, but technically we're okay because we had S3. Right, so there's like a bit of an annoying thing there, where sentimentally we should have probably fallen, but we had technical support. Now the thing is, with the euro, we had technical resistance, and we're at AR3, so that's was always going to be a struggle. We've got MR2 at 103.30. One above is at 103.93. One below is at 103.15. We are a buy. That really helped. The selling yesterday did help shift the sentiment, and they'd sold it on that big move. They sold after seeing that, and which would be fine, would make sense. It fell a huge amount, like 100 pips, so that's why they sold it. Following that price action, them selling it should probably bring price up higher, and we'll get the stop loss cluster above. And we've got new monthly pivots tomorrow, so we have to remember that. Remember, we were above monthly pivot all month pretty much on EU. Where's the new pivot going to be? We'll have to wait and see. GU. Yeah, so the stop loss clusters are close at 1.2. It's dead simple to remember. And at 119.35, we are a buy. And well, they went long here, up here, 121. So they've got quite a bit punished there, those late bulls. They got pretty punished. 150 pip move. Things are moving a lot, so be really careful. Know where your stop loss cluster, know where your stop loss is. Look at your stop loss clusters. They're normally a good indication where to, put your stop. You wouldn't have your stop there because that's where the liquidity is. You probably want to put it in here, where there's, between the volume nodes. Okay, so that might be a better stop, 119.14, as opposed to where they've got their stops at 119.35. But this could probably fall. End of month rebalancing of books and things, and they've got the power speech. And after that, we've got the PCE data, and then we've got NFP. So we're going to probably see things just, move a lot. And they might be a bit irrational, and they might just want to take stops out on both sides. AU. And then we'll look at UJ. UJ is rallying right now, but the thing is the yields pumped, if you remember, on the Discord. The yields all rallied. 68.01, and the one below is very large at 66.40. So since it's so large, it's a possible candidate for a probe. And all those stops here is huge, so they might just want to take those stops out, and then we can bounce. Should be horrible and cruel, but that's trading. So that's probably a possible scenario. Don't forget we've got strong resistance, MR2. We hit it on the nose exactly, so that's a strong level. We might see a retest, but I think that's possibly what's going to happen. And dollar yen. And we are rallying a little bit. So one above is at 139.44. One below is at 137.45. We are a buy. We were 50-50 on the bulletin, and then we're now flipped to buy. We're a bit sideways, but we are on this side of the 50%. And the sellers are in control, but there's a bit of a chop there. So be careful, because we're going to see a lot of moves today. We've got the Powell speech, and we've got the anticipation of the NFP, which might come out positive, or it might be really negative. It's difficult to say. And we've got end of month as well. So tomorrow, what we're going to be looking at, we're going to be looking at the FX SLC indicators, and that will go out into Discord and YouTube every day. And then we can just spend a day looking at one indicator, and it'd be like an advent calendar where, you know, every day is going to be like a treat behind that particular window on the calendar, which I think would be a nice feature. And then it'll probably take us up to the day before Christmas Eve, which I'll be taking off. So I'll be off probably 23rd of December, come back after Christmas, something like that. So that should lead us up quite nicely up to Christmas, and hopefully they help as well. And you might even get some nice trade setups as well, and get some good ideas and things. So have a good day. Be careful. I'm probably going to take it easy today. I think I might not do any trades, because I don't really trust these moves, to be honest with you. So be careful, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow.